Update. Fear isn't a stop sign, it's a doorway. How the deep woods can teach us something essential about our lives and promote peace in the world. I published a version of this post a few months ago, but in this updated version, the opportunity to practice forest immersion now has a date and a location. I had no idea what the phrase forest immersion meant the first time I heard it from my friend and colleague, Graseilah Coolidge, but it immediately stirred something deep inside me. I perked up and wanted to learn more. What was she talking about? I'd first met Graseilah when the two of us worked together, designing and co-leading a writing retreat in Tuscany at a gorgeous villa where her sister and brother-in-law live, a place where peacocks strut around the grounds, olive orchards surround the writing room, and master chefs cook lavish 3-course meals every night. Let's just say no one went hungry. It was indulgent in all the best ways. Graseilah is my favorite kind of work partner, capable, dedicated, hardworking, committed, reliable, and genuinely fun to be with. After running 2 successful trips to Tuscany together, we became friends, and our friendship has just kept growing. We both live in Santa Cruz, and we love to hike, so we began meeting regularly for long tramps in the woods with my yellow lab, Luna. It was on one of these walks, almost in passing, that Graseilah told me about her participation in something I'd never heard of before, forest immersion. It wasn't the way she explained it that caught me. It was the way she paused, as if the words carried the afterglow of an ancient spark. Forest immersion entails going out in the woods for several days and nights alone, with just a sleeping bag and some water, nothing else, supported by a community holding space for you in order to have profound communion with self and nature. In a world that rarely asks us to slow down, listen deeply, or meet ourselves without distraction, the spark Graseilah lit that day felt not only personal, but fundamental. Forest immersion isn't a hike or a weekend getaway. It's a profound, guided experience designed to take you to your inner edges and bring you back transformed. As Graseilah explained it, you spend 1 or more nights in the same forest location, unplugged from the noise of daily life, immersed in silence and the raw presence of the natural world. Without distractions, you meet your own thoughts, fears, and truths, and discover the wisdom beneath them. Forest immersion, she said, helps you reconnect with your body, your inner compass, and the sacredness of life itself. She spoke about her experience with such quiet conviction that I found myself leaning in, wondering what this experience might be like for me. What would it be like to go into the forest with nothing to distract me? No books, phones, computers, notebooks, pens, or even food. Just me and nature. Just me and my mind. Just me and my thoughts. Now that was scary. I've been on 10-day meditation retreats before, so contemplative silence and withdrawal from stimulation weren't completely new to me. And I love the forest. I love nature. But could I really do something like this? When I told Graseilah I was drawn to the idea but scared, she responded simply, "Fear isn't a stop sign, it's a doorway." When she said that, a small, steady voice inside me said, "Yes." I told her the next time she led a forest immersion, I wanted to be part of it. Her next forest immersion now has a date on the calendar. From May 1st to 5th, a small group of people from different walks of life will gather in a private redwood haven in the northern Santa Cruz Mountains to unplug, step beyond the familiar, and meet themselves in ways most of us rarely allow. It will be a 4-night, 5-day gathering, including 2 nights of solo forest immersion, with the remaining nights spent together in guided preparation and integration. As a writer, what struck me the most wasn't just the rawness of the experience, the silence, the solitude, the stripping away. The question it quietly raised: what becomes possible when we slow down enough to truly listen? For those of us drawn to words, ideas, and the inner life, this isn't an abstract inquiry. It's the ground from which our best work emerges. In the quiet, perception shifts. Certainties loosen. Something essential has room to rearrange itself once the noise recedes. If you're listening to this at just the right moment and feel a quiet pull, applications are currently open, and more details can be found at the link in the show notes. And what does this have to do with peace building? It was only later, in a second conversation with Graseilah, that I began to understand that forest immersion is not just a personal practice for her, but part of a much larger vision. With a background in international conflict resolution and an earlier career in intelligence, Graseilah has seen firsthand the limits of traditional diplomacy. Strategy and negotiation matter, of course, but they often fall short when trust has eroded and fear dominates the field. Graseilah believes forest immersions can open new possibilities for reconciliation, trust, and collaboration by working at a deeper level, the level of presence, perception, and relationship. Her conviction is palpable in her TEDx talk, How Forests Can Shape the Future of Peace. Clips from this inspiring talk are included in the written version of this post on Substack. Links will be in the show notes. In her talk, Graseilah asks a deceptively simple question. What if the path to peace doesn't begin in negotiation rooms, but in the quiet embrace of a forest? She is clear that peace isn't something negotiated from afar. Peace starts with us, she says, with community, and with how we learn to be together. That framing changed the way I understood forest immersion, not as withdrawal from the world, but as preparation for re-entering it differently. I found Graseillah's talk powerful and profoundly timely. It's easy to feel despair about the state of the world right now. I hope her words lift your spirits, as they did mine. As for me, I've learned that life unfolds in seasons. This season in my life is about tending my body, healing from cancer and diverticulitis, slowing down, regaining strength and vitality, so I could return to travel and journeys like the one Graseilah is offering just a few months from now. For me, the call to do forest immersion is still very much there, simply deferred. My own solo time in the woods will have to wait. But if reading this has stirred something in you, perhaps May is your time to regain something essential and empowering in the woods. And if by chance you decide to join Graseilah and her support team in the forest, I hope you'll tell me about it. I'm sad not to be joining her for an immersion this time around, but I know my time will come. And information about the May immersion will be in the show notes. And yes, I really mean it. If you go, I want to hear about it. And remember, every time you click the heart, leave a comment, or share a post, you're making it easier for new readers to discover the writer's journey.